Hello everyone, we are back. This is another video of my 1-star Yelp reviews. Narrating my 1-star Yelp reviews. I will say, like, now that I'm like looking through my Yelp account, a lot of the 1-star Yelp reviews are for medical professionals because I have plenty of really great experiences with medical professionals, but as you know, like psychologically speaking, people are more affected by negative experiences than positive experiences, and I don't really have any positive reviews on medical professionals on my Yelp page, and I should actually start adding some because I really do have like a great staff of doctors who take care of me and my like problems and my chronic illnesses, but I always tend to not say anything about them and only write reviews about doctors that have given me negative experiences because I'm going to be really honest, I can't even remember every doctor that has given me negative experiences because I've lived a long life. But for those that I have remembered, I have really done my best to track them down on Yelp and write a negative review. And I don't do this to like shit on the doctor, but honestly, like I cannot be the only person in the entire universe that has the problems that I have. And by problems that I have, I don't mean problems with the doctor, I mean my own personal problems, where like I do have post-traumatic stress, and I do have anxiety, and so I naturally like have these reactions where I'm just like, ah, and like I can't because, you know, like certain people, like certain environments, like certain things you say, certain things that you do are like, I hate using the word, but like triggers. And, you know, like it doesn't help when all of those things are combined together and it's just like the situation is like 10 separate triggers combined into one and nobody knows, but then like when I explain it to them, they just laugh at me and that's not fun. And that's not nice because it's a serious issue that nobody seems to really give a shit about. And it's really damaging because then those negative experiences impact me more and then I carry them with me to the future. And so, like, honestly, I think it's important to warn people about it, especially like if you don't have problems and you want to go, fine. But these are my experiences with the problems that I have. I am very transparent on these reviews, and I do mention like I have PTSD. My PTSD is caused by blah blah blah. Even though it's negative, and it should be negative because doctors need to accommodate for this kind of stuff and be sensitive to these issues, and they're not. If somebody else is like stumbling upon a review and they're like, I have these problems too, they know to go somewhere else and save themselves. And that I think is really important because we people who have these issues need to stay together. And I say this a lot on my other videos about mental health, like nobody really talks about it. So it's like you don't really know. And I think it's really important because like if you don't talk about it, nobody knows. And if nobody knows the problem, then they can't fix the problem, you know? So anyway, today's review is a dentist that I went to, and he is an amazing dentist. Amazing. When I found him, he didn't even take my insurance, and I paid out of pocket for him because I thought that he was an amazing dentist. He does amazing dental work, and he was very nice until one day, which prompted me to call the office after I left and tell them what had happened. The receptionist, who doesn't work there anymore, this was very many years ago, but she apologized on his behalf, which is fine but not fine. Like, I do appreciate the apology, but he himself has not apologized to me. He himself, his practice has not replied to my Yelp review as they can do on businesses, and that's not okay. You know, like, your receptionist can apologize to me all day long, but at the same time, her apology doesn't count because she wasn't the one who did it to me. The dentist was, and the dentist obviously doesn't give a fuck because I haven't heard from him about it. And the time between me going there, having it happen, calling the office, her apologizing to me, and the time that I wrote the review, like, a lot of years have passed. So it's not like it was like it just happened and then I expected an apology right away. So I think the last time I went to this dentist was in 2012, but I wrote this, or maybe 2013, or maybe 2014. No, like 2012, 2013. And I wrote this review in 2017. So here it is. This review was a long time coming. I used to be a patient and I thought he was the best dentist around and that I had found the dentist that I would visit for the rest of my life. Until the day the issue had come up that I had to tell him that I had PTSD, which he just made fun of me for having. A lot. During my appointment, it was very uncomfortable and upsetting. I had let the office know after the appointment, and while the front desk girl had apologized on his behalf, that was the last I ever heard. It scars me to this day, and it really does. It's 2019, and I still think about this all the time. It scars me to this day, and I always think about it whenever I'm around the area of his office or I need to go to a new dentist that I have found. On top of my current problems, I have this to think about and deal with on the regular, as Manhattan is a tiny place and the dentist is unavoidable. Thanks, dentist. I'm not going to name his name. You're the worst, and I hope that you haven't done this to anyone else because as an individual who is responsible for the well-being of another, you are insensitive, your bedside manner is garbage, and your patient's problem is a complete joke to you. So, basically, I don't do really well at the dentist. So before it was just because of my PTSD. Now I have more problems where I like really can't be like laying in certain positions and you know like I can't like be laying back for a long period of time. But that's now. This was when I just had post-traumatic stress and he is a man and he's like over me and like making jokes and I'm just like, all right, you can't do that because I have PTSD. And then he was like, maybe all of your piercings are giving you PTSD. Maybe if you didn't have them, then you wouldn't have PTSD. And then the entire visit, he was just like, yeah, you see your ear piercings, they're giving you PTSD. Your nose piercings giving you PTSD. Your lip piercing, it's why you have PTSD. Like, it's not because of whatever. It's because you have too much metal in your face. And, you know, like, that's just fucking rude and, like, uncalled for. And it's just like, I don't care if you're joking or not. That's just inappropriate because you're a doctor. You're, like, a medical provider. And, like, patients are at the mercy of the medical provider. And, like, you're in a position to do a lot of damage. And we're in a position to just, like, accept it. So there's really nothing that I could do about it. And that was upsetting. So that was my 1-star review. And I have 5 people who have voted this review as useful. So that's good. I think that his rating... Okay, so it went down, but now it went up the last time I checked. But as Yelp's algorithms, ratings change every day. So that is my review on my old dentist, which is 1 star. And even now I'm just like upset because I'm reading about it and I'm like talking about it and I'm thinking about it. This guy's just a fucking asshole. Like, that's what it is. Like, there's really no like, he's a great doctor, but I can, you know, like, no. I don't know. So yeah, this is gonna be the end of my video. Of my 1-star review on my old dentist. So until next time, see you guys later. Bye.